here we don't have a single speaker who lives in Belarus. So before we start speaking of what we need to do, of what needs to be done, I would like all of us to speak about not what needs to be done for Belarusians abroad, but for Belarusians inside the country. I would like to thank the European Union and the government of Poland for the support they gave to me, because I had to flee my country, and my colleagues, party leaders who remained, are now in prison. I would like to thank the Lithuanian government for their support to Svetlana Tikhanovskaya and for other organizations that are supporting Belarusians abroad. But I would like all of us to think about what can be done for those Belarusians who are still inside the country. You need to understand that our nation is a nation without a government and without a country. Well, Jews to be like that, Roma is still like that, and lots of people are like that. So we are refugees, not only in the EU countries, but we are also refugees inside our own country, because our government is repressing us. People are beaten up by forces of order. The majority of Belarusians who are fighting Lukashenko's regime are still in the country. There are thousands of political prisoners every day. Well, during the breakfast, we heard about Israel and other countries. I know that people are being killed everywhere, but every day, tens of families face persecutions. Forces of order break into their houses, and tens of new political prisoners appear every day. So people are continuing their fight inside the country. I have never imagined that I would ever have to say it here. So the first thing I would like to say to the European politicians is the next one. A lot has been done for Belarusians abroad, but very little has been done for those Belarusians who are inside the country. A lot of words, but few deeds. I'm not asking for help. What I'm asking is, well, let's do something to stop discriminating Belarusians by the EU countries, to stop discrimination of the Belarusians by the EU countries.
Если мы говорим, вот сегодня мы говорим, наше заглавие нашей конференции.
To stop this discrimination. So here, the headline of this session is step by step. So let's have this consistency, not only in resolutions passed, but also in specific things that really help Belarusians. To integrate Belarusians into EU, we need 4 simple things which depend on us, but they're not that easy. First, let's enable Belarusians to study in the EU. Not even to give them this opportunity, but to return this opportunity, which Belarusians have lost due to Lukashenko's regime fault and because of not thought through policies of EU. An opportunity to travel in EU, an opportunity to study in EU, to work in EU, and to do business in EU, because independent Belarusian businesses that supported the revolution were also repressed, and they had to leave the country. We had this national revolution in 2020, which was defeated. And very practical thing, finally, to give money for health and rehabilitation for political prisoners and members of their family, and also Belarusian soldiers fighting for Ukraine, which have been injured or in hospitals. Of course, Ukraine, first of all, supports their soldiers to rehabilitate these people. Thousands of former political prisoners come to Poland. They don't even have money for psychologists. Many of them have PTSD. These are peanuts for the European Union. These are very practical things that we should discuss. And of course, we can also discuss good things, the resolution, which we will all support. I think that these practical steps are essential for Belarus to join the EU, because getting closer between state-states from people getting closer together. We have this colleague from Georgia today. So imagine in Georgia, things are also moving towards dictatorship. So imagine if the European Union would say, you have dictatorship, we will restrict you from visas to the EU. So you as a politician can arrive, but other people will not. This would be a tragedy. Thank you, Mr. Alexis and Mr. Uštrevičius, Mr. Galler. I know about your open heart. Very little attention now to Belarus. It's not a popular topic, but you still focus on this topic. Let's think about how we can change the situation together. So tell us what we have to do on our side, and we are ready to help.
Які б